$15,000 payday, driving for dollars with a $10 earnest money deposit. How did this Miami principal do it? Well, she's here to share her story. So you know what you need to do. You need to simply stand by. Let's get it.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. You know. 205-964-5243. You know.
Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man, and today we have a very, very special interview. A young lady out of Miami, and she's done her first wholesale deal, and she did really well, $15,000 on her first deal. And she's here to share her story with us. So welcome, Miss Tamika out of Miami.
Thank you so much, Ty. It is such an honor to be here with you. I can't believe it right now. I have been watching your content for some years now. Wow. And just finally just said, you know what, now or never, let me just jump in and take action. And to my surprise, it just, everything fell into place. But yes, thank you so much for having me on the show today.
All right, no problem at all, no problem. So we'd like to just get right into it. If you could just give us a little background about, I guess what you do, how you discovered real estate, and I guess even my content, and just take us up to the point of your first deal.
Sure.
Boom. We're going to get right back to Tamika, but she found her deal by driving for dollars. Now, there's an easier way to do it if you have the right tools, and this is one of the right tools right here. So on the screen, you see Dealulator, aka PropStream. If you want to learn how to use it, where you can actually skip trace who owns an actual property with their contact information while you're out driving for dollars, you can do that. So if you'll text the word vacant to the number on the screen now, you can learn how to do that. So now back to the video.
So again, as you stated, I'm Tamika Robinson, and I am a elementary school principal here in Miami, Florida. I was born and raised here in Miami, so I've been a native of the state of Florida for 45 years. So I attended Florida A&M University, went to school, did all the good things, your mom, dad tell you to go to school, get an education, get your degree, this, that, and the other. I did all of that, have several degrees, and I've always had an interest in real estate. I've had an interest in beautiful homes. Always love to do home models of tours and everything, and have actually thought about becoming a real estate agent. And then one day I stumbled across your content on YouTube. Actually, my son was on YouTube, and somehow or another, one of your wholesaling clips came across the screen. So I was like, let me see, what is this all about? So I clicked on it and I listened. I was like, wholesaling, sounds interesting. And the content that you were talking about, different strategies, like driving for dollars, the bandit signs, so on and so forth. And I was like, wow. And then what really resonated with me was the testimonies of your students and people who were actually implementing and taking action. And I saw these checks like, wait a minute, I know I've always kind of felt I was doing something wrong. But when I saw those 15, 20,000, I think one guy had like a $27,000, $29,000 check. I was like, oh, well, look further and deeper into this. And so I just developed a passion, a real passion, and just became very, very interested in looking at all of your content. I think I may be one of the individuals who have actually seen all of your all of them, every single last one of them. I listen to them on the way to work. It's just that with my schedule, the line of work that I do and caring for elderly parents, finding the time. And I hear you always say that it's simple, but it's not easy. This job, it's simple, but it is not easy. It does require work, some elbow grease. So, I just decided to put all excuses aside. And I said, you know what, BJ is my 18-year-old son. I said, we're gonna start driving for dollars. Let's do that. Let's order some bandit signs. And we did. The first thing I did was order my bandit signs. I ordered about 200 bandit signs. So I'm sure you're very familiar with the market here in Miami. It's very saturated with investors and wholesalers. So we put out about 150 of those signs one weekend. We got up early in the morning. It was about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, got up. We put them out. I don't know. We rolled back around like in the afternoon. Some of them were down. They didn't stay up for long. And I got very minimum calls from bandit signs in this big market here in Miami. But the driving for dollars seemed to work. So we started doing a lot of driving for dollars. I'll drive. He would write down, record the addresses. And we just went from there. And believe it or not, I found the first deal that I'm here to speak about today, right in my mom's backyard, or the backyard where I grew up. It was
two things before we get into
that. Okay.
Number one, what high school you went to?
Miami Central Senior High, home of the Rockets.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the high schools here in Miami?
Yeah, I'm asking that question for a particular person that's going to see this
later. Okay. What high school did they attend?
They went to which one is in Liberty City?
Northwestern, Miami Northwestern.
Okay. That's where she went.
Okay.
So, okay. All right. So the other thing is that you haven't been doing things wrong, because you're very important, because you're molding young minds I'm assuming you were a teacher at some point and now principal. So
yes,
what you do is very, very important. So, so now you all, you drive the bandit sign thing. Probably what happened with your bandit signs. And one thing about bandit signs, let me ask you before we go into the deal, did you all just put them out, or did you put them out in the areas where other signs existed, or for the most part they didn't exist, if you can remember?
Kind of a mixture. So I was strategic, and I went back to listen to your content, and I remember you saying, like, make sure you try to post by highway exits, places with high visibility, banks. So it was a mixture. Some places we put them had you and then there were others that didn't have.
Okay, all right, cool. And now, whenever you say when did you all, well, number one, when did you order the signs? When did you all or start driving for dollars? Because I know you say you consume my content for a while before you did anything. All right, so when did you actually do something? Let me just say that took action, applied some of the content.
December of 2020. Okay. Of 2020, yes, okay. Last year.
What was that's when I had COVID. What was the difference? What finally made you make a move at that point after consuming the content for so long?
Well, my mom, she's getting older, and I'm becoming more of her, healthcare surrogate and her caretaker. And then I have my son who's getting ready to graduate this year and go to college. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to need, I make a good amount of money, but I can always use more money. I need more to create more streams of revenue for myself. And so, just being reflective, I was like, you know what? I started going back over your content. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. It's okay. Hey, what's the worst? What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. The worst can happen is you can make some money.
Exactly. So
okay, so let's get back to you found the first deal. So just take us through that particular transaction.
So with driving for dollars, just looking in the neighborhood, I started again in my own backyard, the neighborhood that I grew up in here in Miami. And I noticed that my middle school classmate's house appeared to be empty. Like there was mail hanging out of the mailbox. The grass had grew significantly. So I said, well, you know what? He's since passed. So I said, let me try to reach out to his mom, try to get in contact with the mom and see what's going on, And so it took me a while. The mom has relocated. She resides now in Jacksonville. So what I did was kind of, I guess it's skip tracing what I did. I went to white pages because I didn't have any of the expensive apps or software that you all, that's commonly used to locate people. So I just went on white pages and first I went to the property appraiser's office website. I got her name and it was actually the grandmother's property. So the property was in probate. So I kind of backtracked from there. I took the address. I went to white pages and her name appeared on the website. So from there, I just called all of the numbers and I spoke to her. I told her who I was and I told her that, I wanted to purchase her house. Was she interested in selling it? And she was like, well, yeah, I'm interested in selling it. And so when she said that, I was like hitting BJ. BJ's my son. I was like, she want to sell it. Sell it. I put it on speakerphone just so that he can hear the conversation. And so from there, I asked her questions about the property. And I said, I remember the first thing coming from you is like, you were like in my head. It's like, what's the least amount of money you're willing to take for your house? And she was like, now this is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. The property here in Miami is kind of steep. Yep. So homes in the neighborhood are going for like $300K or more. So she was like, if you could give me she was like, no, how much you want to, how much you gonna buy for? What you want to give me? And I remember I was like, no, I ain't gonna fall into that trap. Like giving my number first. I was like, no, I was like, tell me what is the least, think about it. You don't have to give me an answer right now, but think about, what's the least amount you will take for the house. I'm willing to take it off your hands. Just let me know. And she was like, okay, well, can I reach you back at this number? She called me back the next day and she gave me the price of $180,000. And I was like, well, can I, see it? So I walked around the house, needed a lot of work, a lot of damage. I mean, you had birds living in there, the roof, it needed a lot of work. Okay. And so I told her I was going to get back because at this point, I was like, gosh, let me go back to the videos and see what I do at this point, because I was hesitant. I didn't want to lose the business. So I told her, I said, well, just give me a month, give me until Wednesday and I'm going to give you a call by Wednesday or whatever. So I was like, Lord, I don't want to, say the wrong thing. So I was like, you know what, forget it. That next day I called her back and I was like, taking a look at just the outside, the conditions of the house, I was like, I don't think we'll be able to do the 180. I said, what about like 135? And she was like, 135? Ooh, no, woo, that's low. I was like, well, I said, your house, this house was built in 1976, yada, 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 whatever. And she was like, well, I don't know about that, Tamika. Let me think about it because it was somebody else, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, oh, God. So I didn't know what to do. So I didn't hear from her until like about 2 days later. After that, she contacted me back and she was like, you know what? I want to go ahead and she said, I'll take the 135. Fine, I'll take it. Yeah, she didn't put up like a fight. She was like, I'll take it. She said, but I want you to know that the house is in probate. We're going through the attorney or whatever. I can't sell it right now, but once I'm given the administration rights or what have you to sell it, we can move forward. So I immediately downloaded your 1-page contract. I have it on every desktop, every laptop that I have. I downloaded it. I wrote it up or what have you. She reviewed it. She had questions, of course. And then she signed it. And when she signed it, that ink was not dry. I ran with it to the title company. I only gave her $10. I was like, this is so, like, I was just shocked because everything that I gained from the free content that you offer on your YouTube channel, it was like spot on. Like, I just felt like I know I am a novice, but I kind of felt, I always heard your voice like in the back of my head talking. So I was like, okay. So I went to the title company. The title people were like even looking at me like, girl, you know what you're doing? Like, she accepted $10. Like, we used $10. Okay. So they went ahead, they put every open escrow for before the purchase. And then I had to come back home and look at the content for your buyers. Find the buyer. I was like, oh God, gotta find a buyer now. Buyer, cash buyers, Lord. So I went and
real quick. What did you decide as far as the ARV for it?
That house, okay, so it was like came in like about 280.
Okay.
Two something, I forgot.
Okay.
It's like about two something.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. So
yeah.
So now you went ahead and went to the title company and
I would
start the process on that. So as far as what did you do to attract buyers? How did you
So right. So I advertised the property. I took my iPhone camera, and I did exactly how you showed me how to use it horizontal. I did a walkthrough. I'm telling you, I take good notes. I did my walkthrough with it like this from the outside. I went on the inside. I did the videos, and I just blast those out through my social media outlets, my Facebook page, my IG. And on my IG page, I kind of am with the network of local investors. Although I'm not a part of anything formally, I just started looking at people who are doing like the same things here in Miami and became and connected with them. And you say this often, find the deal. The money will come. The buyers will come. If it's a good deal, it will sell. And lo and behold, I did this on a Sunday. On Monday morning, my inbox was not flooded. I said I had about 6 interested cash buyers, people that wanted to actually go and view the property. They wanted to see it. They're interested in it. So I was like, oh God, what do I do now? I need to have an open house. I got to do something. What do I do?
Was the property open or was it accessible?
I had it on a lockbox. Her daughter had given me the keys. So she had made arrangements for her daughter to meet up with me. So I had the keys. I put a lockbox on it. And then I just, I did a makeshift schedule and just scheduled everybody who said they wanted to go and see it at a certain time to go. And they went and they came back with offers. I was like,
okay, so
whoa.
What price did you market it at? You had it on the contract for $135. What price did you market it at?
So I started marketing it for like $175.
Okay.
$175, and then I was just, I don't know, I don't know if I was doing it right. I was just so happy to just like be taking action. I was in motion. I was like, oh my God, whoo. And I started to call you, and I was like, no, I want to wait until it's done because I don't want anything to fall through. But anyway, with prayer, everything came together. So
step forward.
There was a guy.
How did the conversation with those buyers go?
So the conversation, one buyer was very, he was hard to deal with. He said that he would buy it cash, but he couldn't pay the $175 that he would give me. What did he say? He would give me $145 for it. And I was like, nah, I don't want $145. What are you basing this on? Like, where are you, how you generating your numbers like that? And he was like, no, take it or leave it, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna sell this one. No, I want $145. I know it's good equity in this property. So the other four kind of came in like around one offer was 160. No, one came in at 150. One came in at 155, and the other two kind of like fell off. They didn't like follow through.
Okay.
So
what made you make the decision on who you went with?
The rapport that I had with the buyer, he was like, we'll take it, Tamika, but we can't give you, he said we can't give you the, I took the 155 offer, but I ended up, after he went in and saw what all needed to be done, he came back and was like, well, because of this, there was some type of, somebody had broken into the property and did something to the wall with the pipe or something. I don't know, but that kind of decreased it to 150. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. At that point, I know I left a lot of meat on the table, but I was like, hey, this is a start. I left a lot of meat on the bone, but I was so angry.
15 grand is nothing to sneeze at by no means. Who makes that?
So I was like,
probably 3 hours of work, basically, so. But go ahead though. So
exactly.
You agree on the 150, and what happened from there?
So I offered him the 150, and I accepted it, and then I did the contract with him, and he gave me actually $1,000 deposit. Mm-hmm. So I was like, ooh, okay. But then I put that money. I didn't know. I couldn't remember to keep it or put it to the escrow. I just put it in the escrow.
Yeah, he actually put it in your hands.
Yes, he gave me a check for $1,000.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up. Okay.
So,
all right. So from the time frame of you said that was on a Monday. So how fast did you make a decision to go with him? I guess is what I'm asking.
It was maybe Wednesday, Thursday, that same week.
Okay. All right. So you all did the paperwork, earned $1,000 earnest money. How long? I know there was a probate situation. So
it was a probate, a long time. It took about, here's the situation. So the deceased and her deceased brother, who we didn't know anything about, came up during the search.
Wow.
So they had to determine that the deceased brother didn't have any heirs because they would have also had to be brought into the deal. So what happened was we got that situated. Then she has siblings. The seller has siblings, three of them to be exact, and they did not all agree on the sale of the house. So I'm like, oh no, we talk about all of this. Oh Lord, let me search for some probate stuff. I started panicking because she was like, well, I don't know. I got a sister in Georgia. My brother is here with me in Jacksonville, and I got another sister somewhere else. I think like in South Carolina or something. I don't know. Anyway, they're spread apart, and all of them did not agree to the sale of the purchase of the house. So I was like, okay, what do I do? Because now this buyer is ready to. This man got cash and money. He's ready to move. And I was like, I had to explain the situation with him, and he was a little understanding. So I asked the seller. I think I did a little more than I needed to do because her attorney at this point was kind of like dragging her feet with getting things done. So I was like, well, let me reach out to my networks and see who do I know that knows somebody in probate law that could help. And so I was able to identify a probate lawyer who stepped in just to help her navigate everything. We were able to, within a month, it took another month, we were able to get in contact with two of the three siblings. Those two were good. They said that they agreed they were going to sign, but then we did not know. We couldn't locate this third sibling. Nobody knew what this third sibling was. I was like, oh Lord, I need to go put out a APB, find this lady. But she surfaced. It took about another 3.5 weeks.
Okay.
She surfaced. The sister, I think the brother pretty much like persuaded her or talked to her, and she ended up signing it, and we were ready to close. It was
so
beautiful.
That was almost a 2-month process just to get everybody on the same page.
Correct.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now, okay, you got the good news from the probate attorney that everybody signed. So basically, it's a clear title, ready to move forward with the sale. So how did the closing happen? And once you got the actual closing date, just take us through that process.
So we closed. So I was in communication with the title company. The title company scheduled the actual closing date. The seller, being that she's in Jacksonville, she did it remotely. So somebody went out to her and went out to all of the other heirs of the property to sign. And as it pertains to the seller,
You mean the buyer?
The buyer, as it pertains to him, it was just an assignment. I signed the contract over to him, and it was a done deal.
Okay, and so you chose instead of a check, you chose the bank wire because you sent me a photo of.
I know. I wanted a check because it was my first one, and she was like, "Well, the title person." I didn't disclose that I wanted a check because it was so much going back and forth. I just automatically thought that they would ask me if I wanted a check or have it wired, but it was already. And I was like, "I'm not getting a paper check. I need a paper check. I gotta show, But she was like, "Well, no. If you do a paper check, because it was on a Friday, done on a Friday, she was like, well, you'll get it on Monday because we have to do whatever, X, Y, and Z. So I was like, nah, just go ahead. Here's the routing number, my bank account. And ooh. Christmas in September. I was like, woo. Yeah. So I'm just very appreciative for all of your expertise, knowledge, and for you just really being willing to share the amount of value with everybody. I mean, that's very rare, and I'm truly grateful to you for it.
All right, no problem at all. The information that I put out there, maybe some of the time that I put into it, or whatever, are only tools. Just you go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy a bucket of paint and a brush, but that
Yeah,
wasn't the paint itself. You know what I'm saying? So I
you're
can provide
right.
all the tools and knowledge to anyone that wants to get into this or whatever. But at the end of the day, you still gonna have to put that work in to
Absolutely.
and you didn't give up. Bandit signs didn't work on that first run for you, which I encourage you to do it again. May have to be just don't. I would have advised you not to put out that many at once. I would have told you
Okay.
about only do about 25 or so, see how long they stay up, and then
Okay.
make your decision on do you need to continue in that area or not. It'll be real easy after a week to see how long they stay up, and then compound, and you'll slowly figure out where you can get away with them in that market or not.
Right.
So what's next for you and your son? You closed that first deal. You got a nice war chest to scale up. So what's next for you all?
So I want to get some more education, and I'm gonna be looking into your course, of course, and I'm just gonna go harder. I'm going harder. I purchased Prop Stream, and so I've been looking into. I have it on my phone, the mobile app. So I'm kind of familiar a little bit with
Using it for driving.
using it for drive. Yes, so I'm very encouraged. I'm inspired more than anything, and it's like every day I have a busy schedule, but you know what? I'm making time for this because this is real.
Yeah.
For whoever is out there doubting or have doubt, trust me, Ty knows what he's talking about. The proof is in the pudding, and I mean it's there. You just you gotta work it. You gotta work it, and that's what I plan on doing moving forward.
No, wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, I'm glad you took time out of your day to share this story. I love to hear that because that wasn't an easy one. It was worth it, the way
Yeah,
actually 2 months or so for a $15,000 payday. I do that all the time. What I'm
I'm
saying?
telling you now.
So again, we really appreciate you sharing your time with us. And as always,
you.
like guys, we'll see you on the flip side.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Yep. 205-964-5243.